Thank you, wrestling fans. We commence the tournament with a contest, the second semi-final for the Grand Prix belt of 1988. To be contested over a time duration of 10 minutes. No rounds, 10 minutes of continuous wrestling, and your winner will be decided by just one fall, one submission, one knockout, or one disqualification. Introducing and presenting on my right and in the red corner from Ashton under Lyne, welcome please, the Master, Ian McGregor. And his opponent on my left in the blue corner, a warm welcome please for Yorkshire's dynamic young star, Greg Valentine. Referee for this contest, Mr. Ken Lazenby.
Thank you, Gordon Pryor, our Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon. So the first bout then, Grand Prix belt, 1988, semi-final number 2, and they're already going before the bell goes. Now the bell is gone, they can really go. 10 minutes duration, one fall, one submission or a knockout to decide the winner. Greg Valentine from Millbank, West Yorkshire. In the white gear with the blue stripe down the blue and red stripe down the side of the trunks. And already loads of action here. His opponent, Ian McGregor from Ashton-under-Lyne. Both young fellows and great potential, both of them. Referee Ken Lazenby from Bradford. This, of course, if you remember back a month or so, you'll remember that the Pete Roberts-Terry Rudge bout never got to a decision. But, of course, this one, I hope, will. We won't have, even if we have to resort to points, decision by a referee. So McGregor holding the grapevine, the near arm lever against the joint. Still against the joint. Lovely work, lovely forward work. Somebody keeps shouting from the crowd at Ian McGregor. He keeps answering them. I don't know what they're saying. Do I shake hands or not? I would say possibly no is the answer to that, Greg. And he says so too. McGregor wants to know why. Get on with the wrestling, says Ken Lazenby. And that's why he decided not to. Posting, lovely posting from the whole full round there. Yes, the foot came up right to the stomach, perfectly legitimate. Count of 2, remember, only one fall decides this bout. One of these men gets a fall, he's in the final. Over if he can get him over. All the way over double leg Nelson to Valentine. Folding press attempt. No, he doesn't want it. Goes up with a full and grab it. 3 minutes gone. Both knees up to the face. Legitimate. Reverse side, a nice single arm suplex there by McGregor. All almost gets the 40 once. Down to 2. The crowd here obviously screaming for Greg Valentine. Nice drop kick for the distance. The right foot landed well. Toe and ankle spun out before he could execute it. This promises to be a pretty good semi-final here, and why not? Both men very keen to get into the final of this Grand Prix Belt 88. 4 minutes gone. You want to shake this or not? He still wants to shake hands every so often, McGregor. I don't know quite why. I think we might find out in a minute. Double leg grab. Over the top, full Boston crab to McGregor. Screaming to the referee to get the submission here. Watch for the submission. If I know Greg Valentine, he won't submit for one of these. Look at that, look at that strength. He's trying to roll him out.
Come on, man. Come on, yes! Come on.
Well, he can hold him all day, but if he doesn't want to give, it's not worth it. It's just wasting his strength. But he's produced a pretty good weakener there. Nice switch to the posting. Beautiful one. Follow up too late. And the left shoulder kill back. Back elbow. Nice back drop. Nice back drop. And McGregor followed on a bit late, but yes, the referee warning him there. Not really part of the same move. Too much space. Less than 4 minutes to go in this 10-minute duration contest. Ooh, the inside of the forearm got him. Drop kick got him. Yes, and out goes McGregor right onto the deck. And now what sort of a landing has he had? Seconds round to see. He's getting back. Is out. No, didn't make it. Didn't make the count of 10. And Valentine the winner and in the final in just 6.5 minutes of this 10-minute round contest. Unlucky for McGregor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian McGregor failing to beat the referee's count of 10. The winner of the Grand Prix semi-final, Greg Valentine.
But pretty good bout. Pity it finished with another 3.5 minutes to go, because that was really something to watch. Valentine the winner and into the final of the Grand Prix Belt 88, which we'll be seeing, of course, on television soon. Right after the break, it's top of the bill time. Iron Fist Myers.
I've just been told by the floor manager that England are winning Hungary 1-0. They've beaten them, it's over, they've won. Right, sir. England, the winners. Thank God we're good at something. Right. Now, what we're going to do now is fetch into the ring 4 supersized heavyweights for the 4-man knockout tournament. Leading them into the ring, the Giant of Birmingham, the leading contender for the heavy championship of the world, Pat Roach. Number 2, international wrestling star from Wakefield in Yorkshire, Ray Steele. Well, folks, I think the lifters had to go back upstairs to fetch the other gentleman down at 42 stone, the giant Haystacks. 40. And number 3 coming into the ring. The monarch of the Glen, Wild Angus. And number 4, the largest wrestler in Europe today, the giant Haystacks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I feel very small in here, stood amongst these 4 giants in their own right. And once again, I introduce them to you. Starting off on my left, Wild Angus. Number 2, the giant Haystacks. Number 3, Ray Steele. Number 4, from Birmingham, Pat Roach. The wrestlers don't know this yet, but this is how they've been chosen to wrestle. And both preliminary contests are over 20 minutes duration, and 1 fall decides the winner. 1 fall, 1 submission, or a knockout. The first contest will be the giant Haystacks versus Ray Steele. So obviously number 2 is going to be Wild Angus versus Pat Roach. And then directly after that, the 2 winners of the preliminary contest come in to wrestle in the grand final. Could I have the first 2 wrestlers, Ray Steele and the giant Haystacks? Thank you, gentlemen. Once again, to be wrestled over 20 minutes duration, 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout decides the winner. Red corner, Ray Steele. Blue corner, the giant Haystacks.
So the first preliminary contest, eliminating contest, I should say, of this super heavyweight tournament. Giant Haystacks. There he is from Salford, Lancashire, 6'11", and about 38 stone. Ray Steele, his opponent from Tingley, Yorkshire, Wakefield now, 15 stone 12. He's just about getting up towards half the weight of his opponent.
Seconds away, time.
And these eliminators are 20 minutes each. 1 fall, submission or knockout decides the winner who goes into the final. But there are no rounds, 20 minutes of wrestling, and the only break will be happening in the final if there's a because it's over 2 falls. But on these eliminators, only 1 fall, therefore no break at all. 20 minutes solid wrestling until one gets a score. Steele, I don't know how he ever moves again when Haystacks gets him in that position. Steele, a powerful man in his own right, but against that, what can he do? Start with, he can't breathe too well, I shouldn't think. The referee stops that arm from swinging upwards. But also the referee, Dave Rees, reprimands Haystacks for interfering with the breathing. So that waist hold from the rear, bear hug in reverse by Haystack. And he's got to get the arms down between somehow. There's one. And maybe he can slide it upwards. Or make him quit. He's made him quit. But he goes for the stranglehold instead. Trying to lift that colossal leg off the canvas must be an impossible task, as you can. He weighs 35 stone plus. I wonder how much that left leg weighs. There's the bear hug. The right way round this time. And he's putting on the pressure, trying to get a submission from Steele. Following up with a forearm. Flying butt. That caught him. And another forearm, but he didn't reach that very well. Flying tackle, and Haystacks waiting to catch him. Slams him from it. And the splash, but he missed it. He missed it. Steele sidestepped just in time. Dodged out of the way of that flying tackle while his man is on the deck. And he caught a punch. He caught a punch. And Haystacks doesn't like it, but he caught a punch. He saw him punch Steele on the deck there as he came in with a flying tackle. So in just 3.5 minutes of this 20-minute contest, Steele, believe it or not, Ray Steele, is the one in the final. Wow, how about that? 3.5 minutes in.
In 3 minutes, 30 seconds, the giant Haystacks is disqualified. Disqualified. The winner on a disqualification, Ray Steele. Thank you, gentlemen, please. Please. Once again, may I repeat what the referee said? You are disqualified, dressing room. And once again, the winner, Ray Steele.
You'll see this. You'll never. Shut up. I'm talking to him here. You'll see that was not a disqualification. I'll be back.
Thank you, Pat. You can come back anytime you want with Pat Roach. He won't run away. Well, there we go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 20 minutes duration and one fall, one submission, or a knockout decides the winner. In the red corner, wrestler known as the Monarch of the Glen, Wild Angus. On my left, in the blue corner from Birmingham, Pat Roach.
So here we go for the second eliminator for this super heavyweight tournament. Knockout tournament, of course, and already we've seen Giant Haystacks, of all people, disqualified, and Ray Steele get into the final. Now, one of these two men is going into the final later this afternoon against Ray Steele. Which one will it be? Pat Roach on the right, Pat Roach of Birmingham, and Wild Angus, there he is. Wild Angus now from Manchester, but formerly from Scotland, of course. Both men around the 19.5 stone. Nothing much in it weight-wise. Pat Roach perhaps the taller,
Seconds away, time.
And slightly the heavier. 20 minutes of wrestling, no rounds. The first fall or submission or knockout is the decider who goes into the final against Ray Steele. Arm lock to Angus. Taking Roach right over the top there in that arm lock. There it is against the joint. Over the top, but not right over. Grabs the head scissors. But not for long. Roach really wanted to get right over them. Get out of the arm lock. Oh, monkey climbing Angus. 19.5 stone going over there. Side headlock, Roach. Referee Dave Reese looked after the last one. This time it's Jeff Kay on this eliminator. And warning Angus. I think he wants that strap up there from a leotard. That's all he wants. For Nelson Angus. Trying to get Angus all the way over. Caught him with a one arm, then gets the arm lock now, Roach in his turn. There he's got him back to canvas finally, really properly. Don't think he can hold him there. Shaking his head, Roach there. Just say, I'll never hold that. Goes for the double finger interlock instead. So the strain on his face as he tries to haul him over from that. Roach goes right the way down the bridge, but comes up again. Angus doesn't go down the bridge. He goes flat back to canvas, is where Roach wants him. But he tried this before. He can't hold him there. Full Japanese stranglehold instead. Back elbow on the ropes 3 times, 4. Right in front of the referee. What else can Jeff Kay do but deliver a public warning?
The first public warning goes to Wild Angus. First public warning.
quarter of the way through this eliminator. 5 minutes gone. And that leotard strap is down again. The referee won't like that because of the tricks that Wild Angus gets up to.
First public warning goes to Pat Roach. First public warning to Pat Roach.
Attacking on the ropes when told not to. So one public warning each. Inside of the forearm, being it up by both men. There's another. Caught him nicely, knee drop by Roach. Beauty. Oh. Well, referee didn't spot it, but Roach felt it all right, and we all saw it from this side of the ring. And I'm sure the cameras saw it very clearly too. Delivers one more. I think it's the second public warning to him. Only just waited till he was up there. And that looked very like another punch. Any referee spotted that one.
The second and final public warning goes to Wild Angus.
So Angus hasn't got any left. Pat Roach has got one left if he needs to, but I'm sure he doesn't need to. Oh. Well, yes, that was a slap rather than a punch, that second one, but I'm not sure about the one in the corner post. Roach trying a cross buttock from the man. Well, Roach felt it again, so he knows it was a punch, but Angus trying to pretend to everybody that it was a forearm. Oh yes, lovely backdrop. Caught him well. Follow up cross press. 2, 3. He's got him. So Pat Roach goes through to the final in 8 minutes, 50 seconds of this 20-minute contest, and goes into the final against Ray Steele.
In 3 minutes, 50 seconds, the winning fall goes to Pat Roach. And ladies and gentlemen, may I make a correction to the time of the fall, 8 minutes, 50 seconds. And your appreciation for the loser, Wild Angus. Right. All right, look. When
You want to bet haystacks? Bet haystacks.
Pat, we'd love to do that. We can't. We've got a program to do, and you must remember you're in the grand final. And if it's all right with you, you can have a 40-second break or just stay here, and we'll get the wrestler you into the ring who you've got to meet in the final. If you want to continue, fair enough. Thank you, Ray Steele. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final of the four-man heavyweight tournament, and this time to be wrestled over 30 minutes duration. No rounds, 30 minutes duration, and this time 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout will decide the winner. In the red corner from Wakefield, Ray Steele. And on my left, in the blue corner, Pat Roach.
Here's the Birmingham Giant, the judo black belt, first Dan, against Ray Steele from Yorkshire, 15 stone 12, giving away exactly 4 stone to Pat Roach, and a lot of height with it.
Seconds away, first session.
30 minutes. 2 falls to decide. No rounds, just 30 minutes wrestling. And if on a fall or a submission, there will be a half-minute break. Otherwise, straight through. Is it too much for Ray Steele? One is naturally afraid it is, but one has seen him come away with so many victories against bigger men that you never know with this fellow. He's such a speed merchant, so fit. Grapevine, Roach with the side headlock as well. And he left the arm behind him and he was grabbed quickly by Steele. He goes over that bridge, tremendous power, Roach. Well, Big Pat Roach is just back from 6 weeks tournament wrestling in Hanover, Germany. Out of 24 wrestlers from various parts of the world, Pat was in the top 4. Super condition, this fellow. 19 stone 7. In Germany now, I think he's gone up just a few pounds, but just over the 19.5. Again, the Grapevine attempt at the side headlock to try and counter the double-handed wrist lever that Steele has on him. Steele trying a backdrop. Oh no, he's thought better of it, and I think he's probably right. He had to go with him. And a polite Ray Steele helps his opponent back in the ring. So, there are not too many public warnings in this final. 2, 3, 4. front head chancery now, Roach. Yes, that he really went in there pretty hard that time. Cross buttock nicely, holding onto the arm lock. Now Roach has got to get him back to canvas. He's got him there, but only for one. This shows the power of steel. Even though shorter and lighter by 4 stone. Still does pretty well in the strength finger interlock holds. Oh yes.
1, 2,
And he came up right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Roach taking an 8 count. Again, that fast cross buttock, whipped over. And he's still got that wrist lever. Stealing out of it, steals out of it beautifully. Nice counter. Head mare, but it didn't get Roach going far, but at least he got rid of him. And Roach grinning all over his face as he realized he fell for that one. So just 5. That's the announcement from the timekeeper. 5 minutes gone, 25 to go. 2 falls from inside this one. It's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh yes, caught him beautifully on that knee drop. Favorite move of his, followed on with the cross press very quickly indeed, and it could be the first one, and it is to Pat Roach. In just 5 minutes, 30 seconds. The first fall to Pat Roach.
In 5 minutes, 30 seconds, the first fall of the contest goes to the Giant of Birmingham, Pat Roach.
Well, this man Roach, who runs his own health club, of course, in Birmingham. And his opponent, obviously a little worried now, Ray Steele, giving away all this weight and trailing now by 1 fall.
Seconds away, second session.
So, can he do it? Can Steele come back into this one? He's got just about 22 or 3 minutes. Grapevine, Steele, opposite arm lever. Not so easy to see by the trunks, both of them wearing black. But if you can see the faces, of course, no problem. Pat Roach, the red curly mop and beard. A lot of power holes now. Yes, he's turned him. And he's turned him completely, just where he wanted him. The double arm. Now, what method will Steele try now to get that equalizer he's after so desperately? He's got plenty of time. He mustn't take any stupid risks. Roach quite happy with that. Fall against the ropes, which gets him the break. But I'm not sure the Steele would have made much of it anyway. Oh, and now Roach has really come back from that one. And the body check following the forearm uppercut. Going over the top for a forearm and an uppercut. Yes, he caught him beautifully, Steele, from underneath there, going for the further shoulder press. He's got it. Beautiful equalizer there by Ray Steele. Magnificent effort. And it just took him 8.5 minutes to get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 8 minutes, 30 seconds, the equalizing fall goes to the Wakefield wrestler, Ray Steele.
And we're still not a third of the way into this 30-minute contest yet. 8 minutes 30 then. It was a beautiful effort by Steele. Saw Pat Roach coming in, grabbed the underarm, ducked beautifully quickly, took him over for a folding press, and he got a further one on him so easily.
Seconds away, third and final session.
So this is the final session. Now the next score is the one that matters here. And they've got about 21 minutes. Let's be a little careful now. Roach not going in quite so fast as he was before. Steele dishing it out just as he's getting it. Crotch hold, reach forward, throw rather than a slam. And that's the first chance, and looks like back trouble for Steele a bit there from that. Body check, follow up, more back trouble as he lands. But it was a little bit near a Brummage and bump, the Pat Roach speciality. Double arm, he gets a second chance at it as Roach loses balance. But he gets a foot right over onto the middle rope to cause the break. Unlucky for Steele there, and Steele looking at him a little suspiciously, as if to say, oh, that's an easy way out, brother. Disappointed there, Steele, because he could have had that folding press. Roach laughing all over his face, of course, but quite legal, of course, but not really the Roach style usually.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, I'm sure that Ray Steele knows all about the Brummage and bump. He's going to get dropped face downwards from a great height. There's the knee drop, followed on cross press. Almost got a 2.5 there. But Steele getting the right shoulder blade clear. Nicely ducked out. Oh, those forearms are really vicious. Yes, he came off the ropes and he walked straight into that foot. That must have turned his head, apart from hurting his nose, I think, or eye. Clutching his eye or nose, I'm not sure. This could be the Brummage and bump now. And all the way down, onto the knee though, face down, knee drop, and it's Roach following up. Yes, that's it, that's it. Roach wait a little too much for the valiant efforts of Ray Steele. And in just 11 minutes of this 30-minute contest, final of this Super Tag tournament.
11 minutes exact, the winning fall with his own speciality, the Brummage and bump. The winner, Pat Roach.
Well done, Pat Roach, and well done, Ray Steele.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask for your appreciation for the loser, Ray Steele.
A good bout and a pretty good program. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have at ringside. And it's time now, of course, to be able to wish you a very happy new year. So from all of us at Oldham, happy 1982, and have a good week. Till next week.